So apparently George Lucas's main direction in the Star Wars movies was bigger, faster, and more intense. And even though he didn't make Demons 2, Lamberto Bava did, it's safe to say that Demons 2 also aimed to be bigger, faster, and more intense than the first movie, to say the least. So Demons 2 initially disappointed me as a kid. Why was that? Well, basically it ignored everything that happened in the first movie. Well, sort of at least. The first movie happened in the universe of Demons 2, but in the universe of Demons 2, all the demons were defeated. It wasn't an apocalyptic situation. So 13-year-old me was a bit disappointed that we didn't get the post-apocalyptic extravaganza that the last 5 minutes of Demons falsely teased. And it also confused me by bringing back several actors who died in the first one, playing completely different characters in Demons 2. So this sequel takes place in a big futuristic apartment building in big futuristic Berlin. The Berlin of 1985 or 1986 embarrassingly still looks more futuristic than Australia does in 2026. They've got all the bells and whistles, which is kind of embarrassing for us, but I digress. Anyway, one of the residents is a girl called Sally, and Sally looks exactly like 80s pop princess Martika, and she's having a birthday party. And much like Martika, for some odd reason, Sally seems to be inexplicably famous in the building. Everyone seems to know her. I don't know why. She isn't exactly the most likeable birthday girl. It's her party and she'll cry if she wants to. And she seemingly has all the social graces of a Meghan Markle. So anyway, everyone in the building is either at Sally's party or they're pumping iron in the ground floor gym, or they're watching a weird docudrama on TV about the whole demon invasion from the first movie. And Sally throws a tantrum, she locks herself in a bedroom and she starts watching the demon documentary, and then she's attacked by a demon that actually physically comes through the television, which is different. And all of this unleashes another demonic plague on the apartment building with all the doors blocked, just like in the first movie, but this time it's a bit more plausible. It's due to a power outage rather than being bricked in. I always wondered how the other movie got in bricklayers after dark to do some work. I can't get a tradie to save my life. Now, a lot of people car all over this movie, and I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, it's a bit of a fun follow-up to the first film. The Sylvester Stallone lookalike returns, not as a gang member this time, but as a security guard for the building. And we also get an encore performance from Marvelous Marvin Hagler lookalike Bobby Rhodes. He's not playing Tony the Pimp this time. He's playing Tony the drill sergeant type gym owner, channeling his inner Full Metal Jacket drill sergeant. And I think Dario Argento and Lamberto Bava realised they screwed up by killing him too early in the first Demons, so they give the guy some time to shine, a lot more screen time in this one. There's some really cool scenes in Demons too. For me personally, I love the whole last stand type scenes in the parking garage. It's this movie's answer to the Alamo or the Battle of Little Bighorn or something like that, except it's in the parking garage of a German skyscraper. So Tony the Pimp, or Tony the Fitness Instructor, rallies the survivors for one last stand against the demons, and it's one of the best chaotic all-in brawl scenes this side of the big fight at the end of the Wanderers, at least in my opinion. One of those scenes that really gets the blood pumping, the adrenaline pumping, and it also gets the blood spraying, of course. So Tony the Pimp, or Tony the Fitness Instructor's in his element here. He's kicking ass and taking names. And he orders the survivors to rip the cars apart and find whatever weapons they can find to defend themselves, and Tony manages to find the double-barrel shotgun, of course. So the whole parking garage scenes in the siege scenes really make the movie. Demons 2 kind of has all the frenetic action, gore, pus, leaps of logic, future dystopian aesthetics, and everything you'd expect from a Demon sequel. Like I said, this movie does get car over a bit by fans of the first film. I kind of get it in one sense, but in another sense I don't really understand why. I understand the disappointment of it not being a direct continuation from the end of the first movie, but it does kind of explain away why the world wasn't actually overrun by demons. and it is pretty epic in its own right, so it doesn't feel like a stingy budgetary restriction, even if the concept was a stingy budgetary restriction, I guess. And it might be a controversial take for some, but for some reason these days I always enjoy Demons 2 at least a little more than the first film. Not sure why. I guess it's mainly to do with the parking garage siege subplot that really does it for me. It's always a hell of a lot of fun watching Tony the pimp or Tony the fitness trainer barking orders and blasting demons in no short order. So I definitely disagree with a lot of the Demons 2 detractors. Demons 2 would probably make a pretty cool double bill, actually, with Nightmare City, directed by Umberto Lenzi, for a fun evening of running zombies and running demons. So, yeah, Demons 2, it did disappoint me as a kid because it wasn't a direct follow-through apocalyptic sequel to the apocalyptic ending of Demons. It really did dance to the beat of its own demonic drum, and it was quite a large-in-scope, entertaining, action-packed, pus and blood-fueled extravaganza in its own right. Not sure what you think of Demons 2 if you've seen it. Let us know in the comments. Did you like it less than the first movie, more than the first movie, on par with the first movie? Were you disappointed as a kid like I was and confused by the, I guess, the lack of continuing the whole post-apocalyptic subplot and the confusion of bringing back actors in different roles? Just a couple of things that did confuse me as a 13-year-old watching Demons 2. After watching Demons. But, yeah, cool little movie. It does have that whole new wave feel of the first Demons as well. A lot of adrenaline, very well paced, a lot of action. Certainly the Demons movies are good ones for people with short attention spans, which is probably why I enjoyed them so much as a kid. Very short attention span, and I don't know if it's gotten any better for me, but it is what it is. So yeah, that is Demons 2, directed by Lamberto Bava, the great Lamberto Bava. Really cool Italian director. These movies have the probably the most memorable VHS covers in the history of the horror section in the 80s in your local video store. And certainly they caused a lot of nightmares, warped a lot of minds, and they've aged pretty well. They stand up really well to this day. I watched Demons 2 again last night, and it's still a hell of a lot of fun. It's a wild ride and a great movie. So as I said, that's all I have on Demons 2. If you have any thoughts on Demons 2 or Demons or Lamberto Bava or any of these 80s horror classics from the glory days of home video, by all means, let us know in the comments. I always enjoy the comments, even the negative ones, so go your hardest. And that's all I've got for you today. If you did enjoy the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Do a brother a favour. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take it easy.